Hi, sweet friends. Hi. Okay, this is like a total last minute, out of nowhere live. And I am feeling Faye energy. How about you? Can you guys hear me okay? So I'm excited to talk about the Fae, and I feel like the Fae have been whispering messages in my ear all day that I cannot wait to share. And they're heart messages. I also wanted to get on today because two of my videos didn't save about winter solstice. So I wanted to be here and give a little cheer in this time of Yule, in this time of connecting. And right away, I feel like the Fae have been talking about the heart energy. And I feel as though the Fae are saying, we're so afraid to be our full magic self, magic beings, because we're worried that we won't be accepted and that it will crush our hearts. And the Fae come around and play little tricks. Lately, the Fae have been taking all of my things. And I feel like at this time, some witches, the idea of leaving cookies out the night before were for the Fae. That the good Fae come to the surface. They rise above to play at this time in this energy of leaving the crone and calling on the birth of the sun. And I felt like today the Fae was like, you need to talk about heart energy, Lacey, and you need to get on and just post a video here. So this might be a short video, but I just felt like I needed to post something with a little Fae spell in it. So there will be a Fae spell in the comments of this, but often cookies were left for the Fae. And other tricks were played around this time. And like I said, the Fae keep like taking some of my things and then putting it. So much magical energy right now. I also just wanted to get on just to say so much love to you guys. Thank you for being here. And I know sometimes this time of year can feel really hard. So I wanted to post this video in case anyone felt alone right now. I've often felt very alone in the holiday season. Tonight, I don't. My brother will be here and another friend will be here, and we're going to gather. But I often recommend like taking this some time alone during all of this, some time to like feel into the darkness that we're leaving before we call in the new energy. And the Fae are just kind of saying that when we doubt our superpowers, our bodies here don't. The Fae come in and play tricks because they're sort of messing with the energy of our doubt. They're sort of just playing with us. And when people, we often see tricks as awful, negative, horrific things. But sometimes when we get tricks played on us, it helps strengthen our own intuition. It helps be a guiding light for us. And I think the Fae play tricks to help us remind us to bring like humor and buoyancy and lightness in our own spells. Um, right now, I feel like the Fae are really saying, spread your fucking wings, spread your wings. If you're listening to this, if you listen to Jessa or Ramin or Noah or P, or you resonate with some of this magic, I really think it's because we are meant to be spreading our wings right now. And the Fae are here to say that sometimes our magic is going to feel like someone put a trick on us. That sometimes doing our magic isn't going to be the ultimate utopia, but we're supposed to lean in it and dance in it anyways. Right now, tonight, I came on just to say that I'm going to celebrate the Fae. that I'm going to dance for the Fae, to leave sweets and goodies out for the Fae, and to make wishes with the Fae. Um, the Fae are like saying not to. I just pulled a card and it said the heart, and that's what the message is I keep getting around the Fae is like part of being magic, you have to have a buoyant heart. And the Fae are the magical beings in the magical realm who play tricks on us, who make us lose our shit and hide it to remind us that there has to be buoyancy in this, that we're creating our reality. We're creating our reality with our thoughts and our energy that we're sending out. And within that, it can feel so hard not to take it seriously, not to believe that like reality, it's so hard to know and to practice that reality isn't real. And so tonight I just wanted to like send a little love and a little message of like the buoyancy of the Fae. And I was doing a reading the other day, and one thing that came up was this person was really scared to step into their full magic self. They're really scared to let their star self shine. And some of us are deeply here to be stars. And I know that holidays and going around to like older timelines or going back with family, that can sometimes make us feel like our light is being dimmed. And did you see earlier in the video when that light thing was happening? I can't even make it happen again. Um, but the light thing was happening, and I felt like that was energy of the Fae. And the Fae are here to remind us that our magic has buoyancy, that we are here to shine bright, to be stars. But even shining bright and being a star, that's not about people just loving you. That's not being accepted by everyone. Most stars or famous people often have a ton of hate on them. And I'm saying that all to say is that right now, as we celebrate, some people are celebrating Christmas right now. As a witch, I'm celebrating the energy of the Fae, and the Fae come out to help bring the sun in. And we call the sun in with the Fae. That it's the energy of spreading our wings as magic beings. And I keep feeling like there's this sort of pain in the collective, this sort of pattern in the collective where I hear a lot of people saying right now, I'm scared to be magic because, hi, what's the Blitz Wolf? I'm just on here rambling because the Fae made me. I know like there was no heads up about this, but happy Christmas Eve to you. Happy Yule to you. I'm also on here because I've lived a lot of my life being really sad around this time. So I just wanted to give a little like love and Fae messaging. I said this in the beginning of the video, but I'll post like a Fae spell to do in this energy. So like for the next week, calling in the new year, I'll post a Fae spell in the comments of this. Bells around Christmas, which is believed that was for the Fae. Treats like leaving the cookies out. A lot of people think that had to do with the Fae. And I felt like the message the Fae was giving me today is to spread our wings, is to open our motherfucking heart. And and to be magic. To be magic, I don't care what kind of magic you are, you have to spread your wings. And I think some of us are really scared of spreading our wings right now. We're in this like, when people stand like this, it's a body language of self-defense, protection of our heart chakra. And I think we've gotten this message from the Matrix that to be magic is to be loved by everyone. And I actually think to be magic, there has to be a comfort of being hated or of being alone or of being hurt in some ways. And I think the Fae like remind us of that in really playful ways. But the Fae will fuck with you, trick you, joke with you. And there was an acting teacher once who told me, because I came on and we would do improv, so, make it up as we go. And I would come on stage and I would be like sweet and I would talk in a sweet voice. And the acting teacher was always like, Lacey, you can't be polite and do your art. Art is not about politeness. Art is not here to please the eye. And there's the light thing again, the Fae. Art is not here to please the eye. It's here to awaken the soul. Not here to please the passerby. It's here to wake up the collective soul, in my opinion. So our magic doesn't necessarily have to be polite. Our magic doesn't have to be in the bounds of pleasing everyone. And I just hope that wherever Christmas leads you, wherever Yule leads you, that you're not afraid to be in your magic, to be in your light. But look at what the card just gave me. It says family matters. I want to leave you guys to your family now. And even if you feel really alone now, like calling on to who is your Fae family? Who is your galactic family? Are you bird people? Are you magical dwarf people? Are you a dark goddess, underworld witch? Are you an elf? Whatever you are, I'm sending you a ton of fucking love. And if you don't resonate with any of those people, I recommend just doing what I would do when I was little. And when I was little, I always hid under a Christmas tree. And now I am so big, I cannot. Hi, freaking Electric. I'm just here rambling, but it's really freaking good to see you. How are you guys doing? Do you have any thoughts or downloads or questions before I go? I was just rambling about how some of my first connection to the Fae was under the Christmas tree and looking up at all the lights. And when I saw them, it felt like it showed me this sort of past memory or past life. Or maybe it was just another realm or dimension, but I felt like I could see the Fae dancing above me. Even though I never grew up Christian, this time always felt so sacred and so magical to me. And then as I grew older, tapping into my witchness, I learned that it's because that's the reason it feels so magical. The reason we see Santa with elves is because the birth of the sun, the opening of that portal allows the magic beings to rise. And I'm going to go now, but I just love you guys. And I was just here to say that the Fae are screaming in my ear all day that we have to spread our wings, open our heart. And we're afraid of being in our magic sometimes because we're afraid of our heart being broken. But the Fae are like, yeah, we come here to trick you. We come here to break your heart. We come here to mess with you so that you know that even when your heart breaks, your magic will alchemize that breaking. That breaking will break you open, as corny as it is. And I know you guys know that now. The Winter's Throne is the card I just pulled. And today I was doing a reading in the middle of a city. And I've been doing a ritual and hoping and praying for snow. And it's been getting colder, and there's snow in the high country of Colorado right now. Hallelujah! But there hasn't been in like the flat, like in Denver, the city, or the surrounding cities. But I was doing this reading, and she felt so magical to me, and she kept having this crystal light shining out of her heart. And the Fae were like, we all need to be there. We all need to let our crystal light shine out. But part of her magic power was invoking that crystal light in other people. And as that was happening, it just started pouring in the city like a slushy, so close to snow. So my fairy Fae wish is that it snows here. And I hope you guys feel loved today. And if you don't feel loved by your family or anyone around you, I hope you can go visit your little self. How did your little self feel on Christmas? Were Christmases good when you were 5? Were they dark? Were they beautiful? Was it exciting? Do you not remember? If you feel alone and don't have much to do, try journaling tonight. I'll also leave some journal suggestions in the comments of this video. But one suggestion is just going back and bringing a gift to your 5-year-old self and talking to them about the magic and the buoyancy of the Fae. Talking to them about being a magic person, and to be that magic person, they must spread their wings and open their heart. Okay. You had great Christmases. I miss the little kid Christmas for sure. I miss it too. Like mine was like dark and weird in a lot of ways. I've always been trying to recreate it. And I think the reason it's so magical when you're a little kid is because you believe in magic still. You still believe in the magic so you can see the magic. Freaking Electric, what was good about your little kid Christmas? What do you miss about it? Can you create that now? The Blitzwolf said, when I was young, my mom made them pretty magical. My mom did too. Even in all her pain, she wanted us to believe in magic. One thing about addiction is there's certain addictions that like encourage magic or magical thinking, and she definitely had that. She didn't know how to cope with being a witch, and I think this is what the Fae are kind of telling me, is that so many people don't know how to cope with being their galactic selves, because the Matrix tells you you're going to be hated for being your magic self. So we resist it, and then we see all this other magic popping up, and we tell ourselves we're crazy, or if we tap into it, that they won't like us. And I just wish we could get, as a collective, comfortable with people not liking us, comfortable with people disagreeing. And I think the Fae teaches us that, because some people really hate the Fae and they laugh anyway. Some people feel used by the Fae and they just still do their magic and they let everyone know, like, that we can't take anything personal. I need to go back to the book, The Four Agreements. It's a widely popular book, but it's really helped me. The Blitzwolf said, when I was young, my mom made them magical, but she goes overboard, and we all have this expectation of excess embedded in us now. We, like me and my fam, like, you want the excess, or you like get overwhelmed by the excess. Too much excessive food and gifts and spending, it's also overindulgent, but it's also beautiful and dazzling. Yeah, that's a really good point. The Blitzwolf, that's a really, really good point. And I feel caught in between, because part of myself is so mad that I wasn't elaborate. I wanted to be more elaborate about this time of year on Patreon, but also just in the world. And one thing I like about the elaborateness and the overindulgence of this time is, like, it shows abundance for the sun. It shows abundance for this new cycle we're going into. And the gift giving is a recognizing of each other's magic. And it's sort of a ritual of opening up to something new, because in a sense, we're all opening right now. I had multiple people text me today and say, Lacey, I think we're jumping on a collective timeline during this holiday, and that something's going to shift between 2022. And I was like, ooh, that resonates. And in that, I think it's really important that we're so healing of our own heart and healing of our wings. I think a good writing suggestion or a journal entry prompt would be, what are your wings? Your wings. What do your wings look like? What do they feel like? Do you not have wings? Some people, if you even ask them about wings, they get like irritated or annoyed. But like, what do your wings do? There's many beings who have wings that don't fly. How do your wings serve you? Frickin' Electric says, in adulthood, people become cynical about Christmas and complain about capitalism and everything. But I feel they throw the baby out with the bathwater and being too resistant to the holiday overall. Agreed, Frickin' Electric. The Blitz Wolf and I agree with you. Yeah, because in my opinion, this wasn't based out of capitalism. So to throw the baby out with the bathwater about capitalism, well, then you're throwing out the magic too. And the Fae say, do not throw out the magic too. It's your time to sit in your winter's throne. It's your time to be in the magic of winter. And even if you live somewhere where it doesn't snow, it's a time of darkness and rest and calling in the sun. And that alone is a fucking gift. Sometimes when we, like in ritual, we see gift giving as like an over like capitalistic materialistic thing. But sometimes gift giving is such a beautiful way to read someone's energy, their soul. Probably not when we like, I don't know, go to major brands, but maybe. But like really reading them and like what would touch their heart, what would touch them. And it honestly makes me sad when people stop giving gifts, but it doesn't have to be materialistic gifts. It can be the gifts of the soul. Like what would the Fae give? What would the magical dwarf beings give? How do you guys feel about gift giving? It also gets like overwhelming for people. I understand that. I keep hearing like I'm supposed to make wands and I feel so dorky. Some of this magic stuff just sounds like I'm like playing Dungeons and Dragons all day, which I've never played and I might actually love. So no hate to it, but I'm just not like familiar of that world. But when I talk about it, some people are like, you're like a fantasy nerd. This is random, but okay, what's Frickin' Electric saying? Even giving time or baking goods can be a gift, 100%. Or writing a note or a poem, or doing a chore for someone like cleaning the house, witches really believe in cleaning the house, like the energy of the witch's broom, opening the door and like getting out what no longer serves you, and then smudging the home. I was gonna say, I think I just asked how you felt about. I've asked a million questions, the Blitz Wolf, but I was asking like how you feel about giving gifts, or like how you feel about your magic in this time. I kind of feel like we all sign different blueprints of why we're here right now, and I feel like my blueprint says I'm here to help gods and magic beings. Remember who they are, and like not even remember who they are, like I have no power of that, but I just want to be here to like love and encourage people's magic. The Matrix will do anything and everything to convince us magic isn't real. And one thing I do love about Christmas is it's a reminder for normies, everyday people, about magic. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, deer flying, a man coming down your chimney. This all comes from mythology. You're good at giving gifts. What do you give? And then I can probably let you go. But I'll post some things in the comments of this video. If you're just joining us, hello, welcome. I just pulled a card and says the gift. We were just talking about energy around gifts and the energy of the Fae. And I think the Fae keep telling me magic isn't polite. When we doubt our superpowers, they hear doped. And that we're supposed to lean so far into them right now. The Blitzwolf said, like, I really care and try hard to get things people will love and maybe have meaning. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. I love that. I think giving a gift can be like a spell. Like, I try to give gifts that enhance people's powers. So, like, I have a friend who's an artist, but she, like, doesn't really do her art. And so she does do her art. I don't like how I said it. She does do her art, but I think she's a little, like, scared of it, expanding it. And I got her all these art supplies, and she started crying. That wasn't this year. That was last year. And, like, she's been using them. And, yeah, I just think it's cool to give people, like, anything that enhances their magic. And it doesn't have to be money or material. The Blitzo says, I love giving bulls. That's beautiful. Okay, guys, thanks for hanging with me for a little bit. So much love to you, Freaking Electric, the Blitz Wolf, and the other friends who came. I'll see you guys on the other side. I'll be posting recipes and spells, so look out for them. I already owe you guys some of those spells and herbal recipes, and I'll post them on the bottom of this. Pottery vessels. That is a cool gift. Blitzwolf, have we had a reading before? I know you so well from your identity of the Blitzwolf here that I don't remember if or maybe you've already told me. DM me if you want. Sweet dreams. Prince of Dreams says sweet dreams. Thank you. My brother's about to be here, and we're going to do a little magic, a little card pulling, a little gathering with vegan and gluten-free cupcakes. Sometime this weekend, we're going to watch the Lucille Ball, and I am going to do spell candles. I'm really excited. I'm going to do a spell candles workshop on the Patreon for New Year's so that we can all build a spell candle for ourselves and either give them, or we can do it for ourselves or give them as a gift. So, okay. Thanks for the magic. I'm just with my daughter for Christmas, so this was nice. Oh, that makes me so happy, and so much love to your daughter. Does your daughter believe in magic? Sometimes they're so close to the magic. Yeah, they're so close to the magic. Okay. Bye, guys. See you soon. Happy Yule.